So we're coming off dual carriageway, we're slowing from 70 down to, I don't know, 20, 30 probably. So we shift down into third gear, again being lazy, just using the auto blipper rather than clutch. It's around about above 20 miles an hour, so we engage counter steer to tip the bike over, lean with a bit of positive throttle to take us around. I don't want to get caught in this light, so just a little bit more throttle, a little bit more lean, lifesaver there, make sure he's not coming over and cutting me up, which he isn't, he's going round. So I laboured the point a bit with the mirrors, and now we're on a nice little bit of country road, to which I can explain a little bit more on road positioning for the Twisties, which is ultimately where you want to spend most of your time, because that's the more fun bit. So you see here, the corner's going left, therefore I position myself right. I'm in position 3. And I'm in position 3, so I can see as far round that left as I possibly can. And I can see that there's a red car that's just coming through. He's going to be coming up on me now, which is why I've moved over a little bit. Otherwise you're going to come out to the extremes if there is a benefit to do so. If there is no benefit, why sit here in a little bit of a danger zone? And then there's some people saying, well, you can't break the line. If it is a broken line, you can break it, you can go over on there, you can sit on that side looking all the way around the road if there is an advantage and it is safe to do so. I keep saying if it is safe to do so, because if ever you come unstuck and you've done something that wasn't safe, you're in trouble. And that's why you always ride with your safety first. Something else I didn't cover when I got on the bike was a mantra. Braking cars. I see here the paintwork signage to tell me that there's some roadworks going on. So you're always aware, looking for that stuff, and then when you see it, react. And there you go, it's the gas pipe that is always smelly down here. Nice hat. So, mantra before you get on the bike. I think it's a bit silly, but all the experts do it. Rossi, God himself, used to do it. And so if experienced people all do the same thing, I am going to copy it. And so when you get on the bike, my mantra to myself is, I just say, have a safe ride, have a good ride, enjoy your ride. Or something like that. Have a safe ride, improve upon your ride the best you can, enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself, I think, is important for me, because I don't want to be one of those riders where, oh, safety, we're always going to be here and position ourselves there, and you shouldn't do that because this could happen 1 in a million times. Now, I'm out to have a bit of fun. But to do it in a safe, controlled, progressive environment, and to always improve upon my skills where possible. Checking this car here, yes, you saw me. See how the vision was blocked, so I just wanted to make sure I was accelerating a little bit, but I was ready to come on the brakes and stop if needed. Now, just have a little look down here. Could overtake if I was being spirited, but to do so would exceed the speed limit. Now, that's going to happen. If you're going to make progress, you're going to have to exceed the speed limit at times to do it. It's the unwritten rule. It will happen on advanced riding. You will be out. If you do a bike safe course and you're out with police officers, and I overtook that van there at 80 miles an hour momentarily to get past, get in and continue to make progress, do you think the officer behind me will be arresting me, or do you think they will be doing exactly the same thing? Something to put in the comments. Anyway, we're turning left, so we're positioning ourselves to the right. Then we're checking in our mirrors, make sure that the information from behind us hasn't updated since our last check. Because we're going right, we're positioning ourselves in the left lane. It's good to just do this. The brakes are on, so I'm braking. The road's going to go round to the right, so I've got a bit better vision here now, backing off and pulling out to the right. So although the road's going round to the right, I want to be on the left to see round it. I'm actually moving to the right because I've got better visibility. You'll just have to work that out as you ride, what gives you the best visibility to see what you need to see. As it's going round to the left again, you don't want to be doing this all the time, but you want to be weaving for sure when you are going from left to right hand bends, and bends will naturally go from left to right to left, because if they went right, you'd just be going in a circle. But wherever possible, straight line corners. Now on a solid white, whenever you see a solid white, solid this side's broken, that side, now it's double solid, you cannot cross. You can overtake a vehicle within this space. So if there was a car and they pulled over and I had enough room to overtake them within lane, not breaking this white line, that is legal. But it's a lot of trust in the car that you're overtaking. Now the line is broken here, although solid on that side is broken my side, I can overtake. If I want to, nothing behind me, I can just sit here. There's nothing stopping me. But only if it's safe to do so and there's an advantage, wasn't it? The advantage there would have been for overtake, so there would have been one. And I'm going to get past this vehicle in front because I want better vision going around. Though we're doing a slow, relaxed ride, there are times when it is safer to quickly push on. Like there, I had a slow moving van holding up that camper van. I can't really get good visibility around that camper van, so it was beneficial for me to overtake, which meant, you know, pushing on a little bit to get that done. So again, we're going round and right, so we're to our left, so we got the maximum visibility. And then what I mean by straight line in it is I just eased that into a straight line. I didn't just zigzag over, I just kept as straight as I could. Now the speed has just dropped to 50. Why? Because of that. And a bridge. And we got double whites. And we've got a junction sort of crossing bit there. We've got signage here to show another junction coming up. There's paintwork everywhere. This is all alerting me to slow down and be alert. So I'm now at a stage 2 alert, so I can see what's going on. We're going to be going left, indicating left, left, left. Down the gear to second. Let these guys pull out. They know my intentions. Indicator was on. And here we go. So here's an example of a straight line. The car in front of me is doing exactly that. Why do I want to be steering when I can just go straight, just go over the line? I move over a little bit to let this car go past, but we will keep things as straight as possible. Preempt when you want to be popping your visor open, because when you're at a standstill with your hand on the clutch in, you do not have the opportunity to be opening and closing your visor. However, as just demonstrated, when you're above 20 miles an hour, things are going to smack you in the face like a large fly. Just whacked me in the eye. Luckily my eye closed in time, otherwise that would have been a pain. Now incline here, a little bit of positive throttle, feather in the clutch just to keep me moving. There's no one behind, so I'll do that. My indicators are on, I'm just going to bang them off. And that got me through that. First gear, feather in the clutch, positive throttle. Now here he's having a little bit of an argument, saying look, I'm here. Just back off a bit. Up into second gear. Once you're moving from second, that's a clutch in and out. There's no need to be feathering it or delaying the process any more than it needs to be. And when you hit the nationals, look left and right, update your rear picture, and up you go to speed. The road is bumpy, so when it gets bumpy, make sure you're gripping the tank a little bit harder so you're not coming out of your seat. Down into second gear, brake, 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 easing off the brake, no clutch needed there. Off the brakes, rolling onto the accelerator, cancel my indicator, up into third, back to relax. Looking up ahead, see that car is coming over. I'm going to quickly accelerate just because I thought the car would be able to make it through, but he didn't, so I'm going to wait here. Update. So a lot of gas there because I was on an incline. Feather the clutch out. I'm going to follow this guy over. Thank the lady. So your job as a motorcyclist is to ensure that, number one, top of everything, you are safe. Your safety is the highest priority. You will always prioritize your safety over anybody else's safety. Unless you've got your kid on the back, in which case they're going to trump it. The next thing as a motorcyclist is you want to ride in a way that doesn't cause any vehicle around you to alter their path or to brake. That's the way I was taught, and that's the way I always ride. So even when I'm pushing on, even when I'm being a bit exuberant, I'm not doing something that's going to cause the car in front of me or behind me to have to brake or have to change their intended direction. I think if you ride that way, it makes you courteous of other road users, it makes you sympathetic a bit to them, because why get stressed out when cars fuck up and do what you think they're going to do? And when you're here and you're bored and no one's around, you can do a little bit of weaving like this. Why not? It's fun. I'm not hurting anyone. I'm not causing these cars to brake or change direction. So why can't I practice a little bit of weaving? Why can't I engage my core and try steering safely with no hands on the instruments, using body steering, hazard ahead, now make sure I've got full control over the vehicle. This car here turning right, I am not close, I'm making sure he's not pulling out. That's all worked out. Lovely. Car's braking, brake, down into second, pull the clutch out for a little bit, engine braking. We're slowing down, pop the visor open, get a bit of airflow. Very horrible road surface here, so keep the speeds low, then accelerate up and bring the visor down so bugs can't take me out. Lovely horses. Keeping a good distance back from this car in front, just because he pushes on a little bit and likes to brake a little bit hard, so that's why I've got an extra gap. I've now got a car coming up behind me, so I don't want the gap to be too much, because like I say, I don't want to be impeding cars, making them brake, and I'm not making them brake, but I don't want to be slowing this car behind me down more than I need to be. Road surface has gone a little bit damp here. That's from the rain earlier, and it's obviously in the shade, so I didn't get the sun on it. Now here, just being careful this car didn't pull out. Give him a little thank you. Now I was being a bit defensive there. I was in the middle of the road, so he wouldn't pull out. Because what you'll find is that when you are in your lane and cars are parked on the right and they want to pull out, if you give too much room, the car thinks you're inviting them out, or there's enough room for them to come out, and that might not have been your intention. Now I've banged it all the way down to first here, just so I can slow manoeuvre. I've come off the brakes and I'm just feathering the clutch out, turning with my handlebars. Now the clutch is fully out. We're going to go up into second. I didn't want to go over that manhole cover, but the movement to get out of its way would have been way too violent. It was just easier to go over it. Go past the junction before indicating, but there are no cars behind. Well, I didn't really need to indicate, but I'm trying to be good. With a cyclist, you are meant to overtake here, give them loads of room, but there's more than enough room within lane to do it safely. Riding up, buzzing past them at 80 miles an hour, scaring the life out of them. Turning right, so I'm staying to the left to maximise my vision. I'm looking at vanishing points. It opened up, so I will open up. Click my visor shut. The wind isn't there. So because this dude has like an extra long load on the top as well, I want to give him some space. He's a bit fruity, so I expect him to be overtaken. So I'm going to pop an indicator on so you can see I am overtaking. I'm going to get out of the way of the danger. And again, straight line in. We're straight lining through there. And we're going to pop it down to third because we're seeing that there could be traffic lights. Now, should we filter past on these lights? No, because it's a double white line. I can get past this van here. I could get past in lane, but I'm not going to, because the juice is not worth the squeeze. Is there an advantage? Marginally, because if I got past and the lights changed, I would have been in a precarious situation. Updated the information behind me. We now have a white van. Didn't go on the brakes because engine braking slowed down enough. To the left to go right. We're going to the right to go left. we might as well enjoy these corners because they're sweeping. So, you know, let's really tip it over and have a nice little bit of fun going through there if we can, because we had lots of space behind us. Information behind us is updated, the van has left, and we now have a blue something, and my mirrors are able to see. Oh no, we've got our friend with the not surfboard but all of his long wood in front. Now he is somebody who will want to catch me up, and I've in my mind ascertained that I don't like him, so I'm going to want to get away from him. When the opportunity presents itself, I'm going to do the nice lady in the Hyundai in front. You also are going to know from the make of cars what the driver is, or who the driver is, and you're going to build risk assessments based upon that. The lady in front is going to be a low risk lady, but she's going to be slow, which itself presents a risk, whereas the man behind is a danger. Tradesman, materials on top of his car, materials could cause a hazard, he doesn't particularly care. You're going to be stereotyping and generalising here. He's probably a lovely bloke with a family, won the Nobel Prize, but those stereotypes do often prove to be right more than they are wrong, and so, you know, make your risk assessment built off it. Down into first gear, slowly ease out, a bit of a camber on here, was leaning, bumps, bumps, bumps. Now we're going to open it up and get out of the way. Cyclist in front, don't go on too much, but I'm going to overtake him in lane because I wouldn't deem it safe to cross that. I drifted a bit into the middle there, whereas really I should have stayed on the outside here. That is a negative in the marks for Dom, bad Dom. But you're going to do stuff like this, and the more you ride, the longer you ride, the less you're going to do it, the more you're going to recognise when you do it and you're able to correct it. Don't beat yourself up if you are a new rider. If you stayed sunny side up, if you had an enjoyable ride, if you didn't cause any car to brake or deviate from the intended path, you have done well. Pat yourself on the back. So what, you stalled it? So what, you went wide? So what, I'm now telling you to be there on the left and I'm here on the right? It's all still safe. You could be safer by going over here, but if you did, you went into that pothole. It's going to happen on the bike. Do the best you can and enjoy yourself. I think we're ending the video here. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope it was useful. If you want to see more of these, drop it in the comments, tell me what you want to see, and I will go out and make a little recording for you. A like and a subscribe is always appreciated. Do stow your luggage under your seat, and you will join me again on Air Dom at another time. Catch you on the next video.